doon sa kabilang side, and then they vote twice. Because sabi nila, doon kasi may bilihan. Pagdating mo doon, babayaran ka para ka bumoto.
Panoorin po natin ang buong mensahe ng ating Vice President SARA Duterte sa may mga planong mandaya. Plano nyo pa lang yan, alam na po ng Vice Presidente kung ano yung mga madalas nyong ginagawa. Sa barangay NSK election, madalas po dyan yung 2 beses bumoto. May mga ganun, naririnig po natin may mga ganun. Kagaya po ng sinabi ni Vice Presidente po, ay may nagaganap na ganun. Pero ngayon, wag nyo nang tangkain yan. Magsisisi lang kayo sa huli. Imbis na may pag-asa kayong manalo, pwedeng ma-disqualified kayo kasi may mga nakabantay na at alam na yung mga galawan nyo. Nako, panoorin po natin to.
I am pleased to join a gathering that seeks ways to safeguard the integrity of our election process in the digital age. This year, as we approach the barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections, we are called to demonstrate our commitment to a clean, honest, and meaningful election by improving efficiency and ensuring public confidence in various stages of the entire electoral process. The presence of every esteemed speaker and stakeholder across different levels of governance in today's National Election Summit demonstrates our dedication to uphold the Filipinos' right to vote and harnessing the critical role of technology in promoting responsible voting. Imbued with the spirit of solidarity, we have another opportunity to strengthen the foundation of democracy and sustain our citizens' trust in the elections. I'm a very young politician. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5 elections in my lifetime. But I always say to my volunteers and supporters, kapag nagsisimula kami mag-strategic planning during my run, na wag mandaya. Kasi there is no honor in cheating and nakakahiya na nagiging mayor ka pero nakukuha mo yon sa pandaya. Nakakahiya humarap sa mga tao, magalit sa mga tao kapag meron silang ginagawang mali or we implement the law and yet ikaw mismo nakuha mo yung posisyon mo dahil sa pandaya. There's nothing honorable about it. May today's multi-sectoral dialogue enable the formulation of up-to-date reforms and best practices that will fill in electoral gaps and secure the conduct of efficient voting, counting, and canvassing of our people's votes. I trust that the sanctity of the electoral process will serve as our guidepost as we prepare to ensure transparency and accuracy in our electoral exercise. I welcome the integration of voters' education in our K-12 program. To help prepare and equip our Filipino youth with the ability to discern and engage responsibly in the democratic process. By instituting civic education in youth and nation building, we encourage the involvement of an empowered citizenry guided by Filipino values, discernment, and knowledge that are crucial in cultivating a culture of participative democracy. Let us bear in mind that as our Filipino youth cast their vote to elect their immediate community's leaders, their experience will influence their future political participation and civic engagement. Let us also prioritize avenues for improved technical and legal assistance among public school teachers as members of the electoral board and vanguards of the electoral process. I'm sure you've heard when I was speaking before the League of Municipal Mayors, the League of Municipalities of the Philippines, LMP, I already requested and reminded our politicians not to use the teachers to make them win in the elections. Pinaalala ko sa kanila na hindi naman yung mga teachers ng Department of Education ang makapagpanalo sa inyo sa eleksyon. Yung mga ginawa nyo that changed the lives, that implemented transformative change in your communities, yun yung makakapagpanalo sa inyo. Our teachers spend long and tedious hours in polling precincts, often braving threats to their lives and safety. We owe it to them to ensure the safe and credible conduct of vote canvassing. And kanina, I was asking the chairman, habang naglalakad kami, sino po ang participants natin sa summit? Sabi niya, lahat daw ng stakeholders. And naging masaya ako dahil I am a stakeholder, I am a voter, so I can speak in this summit. Baka naman, sa amin lang, Commission on Elections from the Department of Education, mauna yung bayad sa mga teachers namin bago ang eleksyon. Para, of course, bumabiyahe sila, kumakain sila, and may gastusin din sila during the days na they are serving our country as part of the board. So baka lang, pwedeng i-advance yung can be a consideration when you plan for future elections na mauna yung payment or yung compensation para sa ating mga teachers. And dahil ang susunod na paragraph sa speech ay police, isasali ko na lang din ang Philippine National Police na sana din na mauna yung kanilang compensation bago pa man ang election. At isa pa nito sa mga challenges ng ating mga pulis, ang masiguro ang seguridad ng mga guro na magsisilbi sa panahon ng halalan. Minsan, ang mga guro ay tinatakot ng mga warlord politicians, and this is very true in Mindanao, at ginagawang kasangkapan sa kanilang pandaraya. Nangyayari ito kadalasan sa mga liblib na lugar at mga lugar na kilalang kontrolado ng mga private armies ng mga politiko. And this is very true in Mindanao. Alam natin na mahirap kalaban ang mga warlords na may mga private army, pero kailangan nating ipakita na mas mahirap pong kalaban ang mga taong gobyerno katulad ng mga pulis at ng mga sundalo because they represent the government. Ang mga hamon na ito, challenge, sabi ng speechwriter, hamon, request. Ang mga requests na ito ay para sa Commission on Elections. In years past, traditional elections, both at the local and national levels, have been tainted with issues on security and safety and raised salient concerns on campaign ethics. During this time of our history, we benefit from the advantages of digital transformation and security gains of increased voter turnout and a deeper appreciation of our people's right to suffrage. I am optimistic that the reforms that you make today will positively impact the course of electioneering by ensuring opportunities for empowerment and accountability. By working together in this undertaking, we can transform our electoral process, promote fair, honest, and safe elections, and above all, pave the way for a well-informed voting public who will elect the rightful leaders of our communities and our nation. Alam nyo, kapag nagsuschool visit ako sa Department of Education, napapag-usapan din namin yan, or natatanong ko sa mga teachers who serve in the board kung ano yung mga experiences nila sa election as the Department of Education prepares to assist the COMELEC in the coming elections in the coming years. And isa yon sa mga nabanggit ko, yung hirap nila na parang pahirapan pa yung pagkuha ng kanilang compensation. But more than that is yung mga actual na pangyayari on the ground. As an example, inuulit-ulit ko kanina, and this is true in Mindanao, kasi nakikita talaga namin, and I say stakeholder din ako kasi I am a voter. We actually automated the counting, pero manual pa rin yung pagboboto natin. So sa mga kapitbahay namin doon sa Mindanao, merong mga pangyayari na hindi naman talaga na bumuboto yung mga tao dahil pagdating sa school, nung mga balota, nakukuha na yon ng mga private armies, and then they do the shading. That is true in many provinces in Mindanao. So hindi pa rin lumalabas kung sino yung totoong pinili ng mga tao doon sa kanilang lugar. And as you discuss improvements on our electoral process and discuss reforms, maybe we can move to something better than shading the ballots or writing on the ballots, because the technology on biometrics, fingerprint scanning, eye scanning, face scanning, you have all that in your phones. Fingerprint scanning, nakikita nyo na sa iba't ibang gadgets na ginagamit natin araw-araw. These are things that can improve our process in the elections. And doon sa amin, sa Davao, meron kaming mga voters who vote in Davao City in the morning and vote in Western Mindanao in the afternoon, either using the same name or using a different name, but it's the same person. Because we don't have a national database. We cannot see who are the voters. Kahit nga kapitbahay lang namin, Davao del Sur, hindi namin nakikita kung sino yung mga nagboboto doon. Na bumoto din pala dito sa isang barangay namin sa Davao City. And that is true. Kasi when I was mayor, pag-election, we have a Task Force Davao checkpoint in all the entrances of Davao City. And kapag merong truck or buses na madaming tao, usually that is a red flag. And nai-inform ang mayor, nasasabihan ang mayor na merong pumasok na isang truck ng ganito kadami ng mga tao and they are going to this place, ganito, ganyan papasok. And kapag meron ding lumalabas, nasasabihan din ang mayor. Merong lumabas na ganito kadami ng mga tao na sumakay sa dump truck na ganito ang plate number. And we know na they are, while I do not know, they're residents of both areas, Davao City and that other area doon sa kabilang side, and then they vote twice. Because sabi nila, doon kasi may bilihan. Pagdating mo doon, babayaran ka para ka bumoto. Dito kasi sa Davao, wala kaming nakukuha. Kaya buboto lang kami dito kasi kaibigan ka namin, pero pupunta kami doon kasi may pera doon na binibigay sa amin. And that is the reality. That is my experience as city mayor. And I am sure it is happening. That is anecdotal, but that is happening in many areas of our country.
Alam na dis kung sino talaga yung dapat nating suportahan. Lalo na po yung makikita natin sa social media ngayon na may mga, baka daw may mga nanggagapang, yung mga ganon. Alam nyo na yung gagawin nyo dyan. Huwag nyo sa mga botante, huwag nyo hayaang makapasok sa barangay yung mga buhaya. Pagsisihan nyo rin po yan ng ilang taon sa kunting halaga lamang. Diba? Hanggang dito na lang. Thank you. Bye-bye.